You like talking about fighting. I do. I do. It's not even I like talking about fighting. Sometimes people be needing hands put on them. And I love boxing. It's one of my favorite sports. I just never could do it. Because it goes.
Officially, Remy Ma and Papoose's idyllic union is no longer viable. No more faked happiness, no more public grins, and more family time. For the past 4 months, there have been circulating rumors of adultery, covert relationships, and foundational flaws. Now, however, they are both revealing everything to the world. Furthermore, there is no going back this time. Do you recall the rumors around Papoose's purported mystery woman? The answer to the puzzle is none other than boxing sensation Claressa Shields. Let's give Claria her flowers now. Before we get into the chaos, this woman is a living example of history. The only fighter, male or female, to become unchallenged in 3 divisions simultaneously. The first American woman to win Olympic gold in boxing, and a 13-time world champion. The fact that her name is now associated with Remy and Pap's marriage collapse is even more bizarre. Given her legendary stature, it made sense for Claressa to keep her personal life private because she had a biography coming out around Christmas. She and Pap were allegedly attempting to hide things because of this. Remy, however, asserts that she was aware of the circumstances. Word. As she transferred all of the messages between Pap and Claressa directly to her device while he was unconscious. After that, she escalated the situation by posting some of those receipts on social media. "Dude fell asleep on the phone with Claressa Shields right here in my house" was the title of one of her posts. "He won't go." This was meant to be a champion, but as soon as she heard my voice, she abruptly hung up. "I'm revealing everything now. You're not the only one, sis," though there was a fire on the internet.
That grinds my gears. Grinds them so bad. Is that when y'all think I give a fuck? Listen to me. I do not give a about so much shit. And then it kill me when y'all think that because I respond, I give a fuck. I don't give a I be bored responding, needing something to do. I done worked out 2 hours straight. The rest of my day is free. I'm on an all fruit damn detox. I don't give. I'm bored. Don't ever think that because I responded to you that I care, because I don't give a fuck about you, about her, about him.
And some who had previously commended Pap for being the devoted spouse began to view him with suspicion, while others brought up Remy's own troubled past with easy. The block captain, in any case. She changed the course of events and wanted everyone to know that Pap wasn't as pure as he appeared. Regretfully, Remy Ma is a narcissist. She repeatedly cheated on me. But she wants to play the victim now that I've moved on. She would rather seek influence online than deal with issues quietly. Despite my repeated requests for a divorce, for the sake of our daughter, I said nothing. However, enough is enough. And to be honest, Pap probably would have said nothing if Remy hadn't dragged Claria into it. But when she did, everything changed. But Remy wasn't finished. She went all out, releasing even more screenshots, this time. The video purports to show Claressa telling Pap to work things out with his wife before things get out of hand. Remy distorted the story and attacked them both rather than accepting it at its value. "Are you full, Pep?" And he followed your advice, Claria, but not before I snatched up the receipts. He was even planning to have me imprisoned. Consider that he wanted me destroyed with the aid of one of his side women, even though I had kept him down for 17 years and never cheated. And end the narrative about how I penned her rhymes. He threatened to disclose it, which is why it sounds like me. Sister Claressa made an effort to remain composed at this point, but she wasn't going to give the impression that she was afraid. He posted her own retort on Twitter. "I'm not 45 yet. Furthermore, you're not exactly aging like wine at 29.
That Remy Ma and Papoose finally done call it quits. That man got sick of her. Like, ma'am, I sat here all this time and waited on you as a man. Because, you know, that's what women do. That's what women would wait on you. But a man, after you got sentenced, matter of fact, before you even got sentenced, men move on. And they be having about 5, 6, 7, 10 women lined up quick. But this man waited on you while you was locked up. They wouldn't let you out. And I'm talking about he got him a little thunder. Sis is young, pretty. She got her own thing going on, so it ain't like it's one of these little fans or nothing, baby. You up against something. Yeah. And you hurt. Now, you probably was the one in the relationship that was the abusive one. You probably was mental abuse. That man probably was real chill mode. You probably did him real dirty behind closed doors. And he stuck in the paint and stayed with you while you did him dirty. But now it's over with, baby. Karma is something else. Yeah, karma. Matter of fact, it ain't even karma. It's just that man know his worth and he leaving you where you stand at. Back there. Yeah, ain't no more us.
I'm your man to give you presents rather than make you seem foolish. But I'm not your adversary. And he was with his collie lady this weekend, sis. Which is why he missed your calls. Clarissa Shields finally entered the debate and spoke her opinion. She essentially asked why Remy was losing her mind because, in her opinion, she was already managing 2 guys of her own, to be honest. He was right. What was there to be so upset over if Pap chose to go on with someone else and Remy had her own problems going on behind the scenes? Remy, however, wasn't going to allow Clarissa to change the plot in that way. She responded with another post, this time revealing Clarissa and Pap's private direct messages. According to the screenshots, Remy turned Clarissa's request for flowers and little presents into a straight-up ether session. Asterisk is what she wrote. Hello, Miss Shields. I have always been a single lady. Likewise, I was a lady with only one spouse. Men don't just let me go because of this. Allow me to offer you a free game. Since he sees himself as the reward, he might never buy you anything. He doesn't. Give Dot and the actual joke, the money belongs to me. Avoid playing with me. You don't want me as an adversary. I'm not even angry. I'm content. And your man is unhappy as a result. You claim to feel foolish. You wear it, baby. Not just feel it. Hash. He didn't ever knock anyone out. You won't either, sis, by this time. Remy had removed the gloves entirely. Every idea she had was instantly being broadcast on the internet. A portion of the
opportunity offender. And if I, come across a situation where a woman is a narcissist, I'm going to point that out as well. So while we're on the topic, Remy Ma, clearest case of a female narcissist, because girl, you literally were walking around with a whole man going to rap battles. This man, his rap opponents are eating you up because everybody knows that you're cheating, but we didn't want to say nothing because, out of respect for the marriage, and we were just going to kind of wait. And especially since, Papoose wasn't saying nothing, so we wasn't trying to say nothing either. But if y'all haven't heard, Papoose is setting the record straight and basically saying that now that he's moved on and he's found himself somebody, now she got a problem. That is narcissism, okay? I'm always going to be a supporter of women, but I'm going to call shit out whenever it is what it is. I'm not going to be hypocritical. At the end of the day, that's a clear-cut definition of narcissism. That man held you down. That man was dedicated and committed to you while you were locked up for some shit that you did. You don't find men like that out there. You don't. Okay? So and if you haven't seen it, I'm not sure if y'all follow Gossip in the City, that blog page, but they posted the text messages and they posted Papoose calling her out. So narcissism, you can have female narcissists, you can have male narcissists. Although there are more male narcissists and a lot more male narcissists that are probably undiagnosed, but that's fucked up. Okay, narcissist is all.
Anger seems to stem from the notion that Pap was able to move on so quickly. And with someone she was once comfortable with, Remy posted a video demonstrating how frequently she and Clarissa used to talk to support that claim. However, Clarissa refused to allow her to dictate the story. She responded with her own receipts and a screenshot revealing that Remy had been a fan since 2020. She then delved into her communications, which only served to fuel the flames. Then the action resumed with Pap himself. He shared a photo of Remy cuddling with Easy, the block captain. Saying that she chose to spend Christmas with him rather than their daughter, Remy refuted it right away, stating that she was unquestionably there for her child. To be honest, though, it's possible that she spent the morning at home before going out for her own extracurricular activities. But Remy wasn't done yet. She revealed yet another shocking revelation, claiming that for months, Clarissa and her public relations team had been fabricating news to paint her as the bad guy and portray Pap as a perfect family father. She shared an asterisk dot to paint him as a saint. Clarissa Shields and her feeble public relations staff have been spreading falsehoods about me nonstop. I pleaded with Pap to stop it, but he advised me to be quiet since it was a wise decision. I'm done keeping silent then. For the record, he informed me up front that he would never play tricks on you since he believed.
I was chilling. I was like,
So he came up every day? Every visit?
for the first year, he came literally every single day. When you're in a max, you have a visit every day,
Right,
except for
that's
it
right,
alters
right.
on the weekends,
That's
a Saturday
right.
or Sunday. So literally the
Every
first
day.
year,
How
he
far
came
is
every day.
Stafford Hills from?
It's about 45 to an hour, depending on
So
traffic.
he was running up there every day, like coming up there.
Yeah, to
back
like,
to
I
mall.
mean, it got to a point where I had to tell him like, yo, like, I'm good. I'm all right. Like, and I guess like when he believed it, that was all right, and I was like, he was like, all right, cool. And then he'll come like a little bit less. He'll come like 3 times a week, or like, you know, but it still seemed like he was there.
You were unattractive now that you're so tough, boss? The entire world can see the truth. However, the most startling event occurred when Remy made the decision to embarrass Papoose by disclosing secrets about his private bedroom. She used an asterisk. Why don't you tell the media what you're truly interested in, Pap, since you enjoy lying to them? When your legs are up in the air, let them know how you want to be handled. Jaws collectively fell at that point. Remy's dragging of Papoose and Clarissa, regardless of how devastating or intimate the specifics were, ended the complicated love triangle and became an all-out fight. The entire story has gotten totally out of hand. No one anticipated that Clarissa Shields, one of the most accomplished athletes in the sport, would be the object of Papoose's new passion. When the initial rumors that she was a boxer began to circulate, even if Clarissa's legacy is self-evident, her reputation hasn't exactly improved as a result of becoming caught up in this complex love triangle. She even shared a training video online, showing off her strength in the ring and making fun of Remy by claiming that she could beat her with one hand tied behind her back. Naturally, Remy immediately hit back. She declared that she has always loved boxing and that she would defeat Clarissa to the highest standard at any time or place. But let's face it, it would be complete anarchy if these two ever ran into each other in person. Remy is known for losing his temper easily, and it's obvious that this Papoose-Clarissa issue has been killing her. Based on her outbursts on the internet, the extent to which Remy went in an attempt to humiliate Pap, however, was what truly made matters worse. It wasn't a display of courage. To reveal his private bedroom practices to millions of people, it is a desperate rage. It gave her the appearance of someone who was soaring and clinging for attention rather than the towering betrayed wife. The roles have now been reversed. Remy no longer appears to be the victim. It appears as though she is crashing out in real time. Additionally, this is the saddest fall from grace we've seen in a long time for an artist whose entire brand was founded on devotion, respect, and toughness. This is when things take a radical turn to the left. Despite living in the same house, the two are still at odds. Remy claims that Pap is requiring a sizable compensation before he would approve anything, which is the only reason she hasn't formally filed for divorce. Let's be honest, though. The fact that easily blocking the captain doesn't seem like a long-term strategy is likely another factor contributing to that hesitancy. Remy is trapped in this chaotic triangle. appearing more surrounded than in control, since she knows deep down that fling isn't made to last, like she was living in a fantasy world where devotion never wanes. Remy genuinely thought Pap would ride for her indefinitely. However, it is not how reality operates. Pap chose to start something fresh rather than clinging to a marriage that was already failing, someone who is not simply another Instagram model vying for influence, but has her own history and accomplishments. Most bizarre aspect is that the internet most likely would have supported Remy in nearly any other split. People aren't exactly rushing up to play the compassion card for her, though. Given all the history that is on file and the actual course of events after a split, Papoose may be the first individual still living to receive universal approval. He was faithful, she did him dirty, and he supported her through it all. She ought to have just let that man live and bowed out in shame. Remy spent her whole life in male-dominated environments, including her marriage, prison, and rap. She continued to cheat on the one man who kept her in check while she was in prison. She is now upset that he has finally moved on. Take it seriously. I only saw someone who didn't appreciate their relationship and just realized the loss when it was too late. This brings us to the crucial question. Given that Pap was the one who initially betrayed the trust, does Remy really have the right to be so upset with her? Or is this simply her public outburst since she no longer has control over the story's conclusion? Post your opinions in the comments section to ensure you don't miss the next messy breakdown. Remember to touch the bell, hit the like button, and subscribe. Bad guys, keep attentive till then.